Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind.
Look who I found. We got Karen, Debra, and the United Way in here as we are talking the 8th annual Power of the Purse. You know, this Summer Breeze song is really kind of out. It's okay today, but it should be like a hellish breeze because it is hotter than Hades out
You're
there.
correct.
How are we doing this morning? Ladies, are we doing well?
Doing great.
We're doing awesome. Thank you.
Well, the last time Power of the Purse was around, it was in spring.
Right.
This time a little bit differently, but I like the kind of nuance and the changes here. And with that being said, what day is this on?
Yeah, we're so excited to be here today, and we're excited to announce that our Power of the Purse this year is our 8th year, and it's going to be on August 22nd this year, which is a Thursday night. And we're excited to have it this fall.
And what time does the event start on the 22nd?
Doors will open at 5 o'clock. And, well, actually, our silent auction will actually start August 19th. So we'll have everything up and ready even before the event begins. But then doors open on the 22nd at 5 o'clock. So you can see all the items and live and silent auction items together.
I had such a great time last year. We were sitting there with Steve and so many great folks in that community members section. But just seeing the Bella Milano catering was fantastic. The LeClaire room was beautiful. And I'm sure that we're going to see and experience that same kind of atmosphere this time around. Is that the case?
Absolutely. Our theme is it all jazzed up?
Oh,
all
cool.
Jazzed up. So we're hoping that people come in all jazzed up.
That's why I didn't get my invitation yet. But, you know, when we're talking about Power of the Purse, and yeah, these events are fun, but we don't really understand what they go towards, that funding goes towards, and what that secures. And if it's okay, can we talk about what these funds go towards and support throughout the year?
I was thinking about that last night, and I thought, the Power of the Purse is awesome. We get to have accessories, purses, see people, good food from Bella Milano. But the bottom line is this fundraiser, we raise money, but it all goes back to the community. And I don't think that people really understand the number of agencies that United Way supports. So if coming out to the Power of the Purse, that gives you a chance to network with people and really realize and see the number of agencies that we support.
You hit that right on the head.
Right.
When I went the first time, that's the whole takeaway I had was I was picking my head up and I'm going, man, every major nonprofit, every major service organization is a part of this umbrella. Mm-hmm. It's just incredible. I mean, truly incredible. And when you guys take a step back throughout some of these events and you were able to maybe just kind of go, whew, what's the feeling like when you see all these major nonprofits, these major service organizations, and you realize, wow, we're helping these guys each and every day?
Yeah, they're really the people on the ground doing the work, and we're so blessed to be able to support them in all the work that they do. And you're right, CJ, whenever they were at the event last year, just, you know, all the different stories of the impact that we have, those are the things that we get to talk about each and every day, and that's what we support.
Well, and, you know, throwing out this number, whenever we're talking about helping more than 200,000 people, I mean, think
Right.
about that. That's almost the entire population of Madison County. Madison County is 299 or something close. Mm-hmm. But think about that number alone. I mean, the event's part of Illinois Region's efforts to help more than 200,000 people during the year across 9 counties.
9 counties. That's what I was going to say. I was going to get that in. 9 counties. I don't think that resonates with people.
Well, no, and when we talk counties, you know, Illinois is very unique with how that we have our counties because we have so many that are rural counties that it might be a less dense population, but then you jump from Madison County that's pretty packed in there. and then all of a sudden we start talking Jersey and Greene and Bond counties. Well, then their needs drastically change from the needs of Madison County. Am I onto something?
Absolutely.
That is so true. And I have a listing. Sometimes I have to remind myself of all of them. But we serve Madison, Calhoun, Clinton, Greene, Jersey, Macoupin, Monroe, Randolph, and St. Clair County.
That's just incredible.
Yes.
Well, and right now too, it's everyone always talks about digital media and now that we're kind of advancing technically. But I was talking with somebody the other day about medicine and that kind of issue over in rural communities is now the need for telemedicine and the need for ambulance wait times. Where for us, we're waiting for 5 minutes if we have that fall, but in Calhoun County, you're waiting a heck of a lot longer and sometimes 15, 20 minutes, and it's just amazing hearing some of those difficulties that I wouldn't even have thought of before.
Right.
Is that kind of what happens in your type of service umbrella with some of those rural counties where it's just maybe expediting some of these processes and helping them get more advanced? Am I hitting on?
Yes, I would say yes.
Yes, absolutely. And we
Really cool.
have about 118 agencies throughout those 9 counties that are based out of there. So but the span really resonates to a lot, in very many different ways. We have our 211 helpline.
That's what I was gonna-
that really just, does exactly what you're talking about, CJ. If someone has a need, they can just pick up the phone or get online and get the help that 211 helps and provides.
Just incredible.
That's another talking point or networking point. Our 211. I still don't think people realize.
I've never
all
heard
the
of it. What is it?
agencies, you can call if you need help for different things. I had a friend that needed some help with utilities, and she says, "Oh well, no one's going to help." That's what they think, and I always explain to my friends and people that I run across. The monies we raise, that's the best thing about United Way, right back in the community. So you can call and say, I have a need, and they'll find an agency around to support whatever you need.
Well, and on top of that too, we talked about this, Karen, I think last time, or I know that it was discussed at Power of the Purses. When you take a walk down Main Street, and I always like that analogy, is you don't realize that United Way has helped 6 out of the 10 people that you've kind of, I don't know what the number is, but I would assume it's more than half.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 1 to 3.
Is it 1 to 3? That's
yeah.
incredible.
Right.
But when you walk down the street, you don't realize that because, heck, we all go through hardships. Even though the guy in the nice house, you don't realize he was broke 3 years ago and couldn't afford that energy bill or that electric bill.
Exactly.
Just wonderful. It's such a wonderful thing. And now admission for the event. Let's talk about that and let's get this sucker full.
Yeah, so admission for the event is $35, and we still have plenty of room. So we'd love to have you come and join us. And you can bring your friends. We can secure a table for you. And like you said, CJ, at the beginning, we're going to have a great night out together. And Bella Milano is providing a full menu of appetizers, and we're going to have a lot of fun with a silent auction and a live auction. And if you're not able to come in person at the event,
This is cool.
you can still join online and be a part of our silent auction. And to do that, you can go to www.helpingpeople.com and then /purse. So we'd love to have you join us.
And where else can you go for $35?
Right.
For $35. Food, good conversation. You get to some education about Power of the Purse. You meet people, you pick up resources. Where else can you go for all of that?
Well, exactly, because you hit something that's even more important. Because what Power of the Purse was for me last year was a great eye opener. Networking alone, you hit right on the head. Deborah was going out and going, oh my goodness, these are great organizations here. My name's CJ. I'd love to have you on the morning show and talking about your contributions. And it becomes more of a community village atmosphere.
Absolutely. Sure
Because we're helping people, but you can also help yourself at this event too. And just by saying, here's who I am and here's how I'd like to contribute and help.
Absolutely.
Speaking about helping, let me take you to the screen real quick. If you go to if you go to helpingpeople.org/purse, this is what comes up. And this is the online form. Let me zoom in because my eyes are getting bad, and I'm only 25 years old. This is dangerous. So right here you can see the sponsorship options. If you have any questions about the event, that's the individual that you will email or give a phone call to.
Really?
But, look at this. From $300 all the way up to $1,200, you're able to help United Way put on this event, but also help United Way throughout the year with all the amazing work that they do throughout all those organizations that they support and really give back directly to the community. So that's all online. You can do that whenever it's convenient for you. If it's 2 in the morning or if it's 2 p.m., you can fill that form out and help. And I just wanted to make sure we could link that too in our online article that comes out. Coming back to the Raf, I got to bring this up. Steve Thompson sent me a picture the other day. Okay, I wasn't going to, but it's been on my mind since I saw you guys this morning. And it was a picture of him getting blocked out by the by the lady presenting the purse, and it's me in the background. And he goes, they always leave this local celebrity out there to be seen. And I go, they blocked the wrong guy because you were the one that was spending the money that night. I just had to do that. But whenever you see all the people in the community, from the Carrollton Banks to the, OSF Healthcares to, the Illinois Center for Autism, which Rachel Newsom is just a wonderful individual. It's really cool to know and really see for your own eyes what United Way does each and every day.
Absolutely.
It's just so cool. Do you guys have a moment to stick around?
Yes. Absolutely.
I gotta pay a quick bill here. 9:32, and before we take a quick break, let me fill you in on Alton Little Theater. One of my favorite supporters of this show. They do a lot of great work for me, and they are celebrating 91 years of being the oldest, most continuous little theater in the state of Illinois, but also one of the oldest, most continuous in the country. It's incredible. They're starting off with Oliver, that just took center stage on Friday, and I heard nothing but great things. The cast and crew were in here. Just wonderful. What Lee Cox and Kevin Frakes do for our community each and every day, they find the greatest performers from our region, and they give them that atmosphere where they can help hone in their skills, develop further down the road, and then keep making that national spotlight onto Alton. And it all starts at the stage at Alton Little Theater. Whether or not you get season tickets or you get a ticket for one show, the first time you go in, you'll never stop going back. They have a great atmosphere, and once you go, just tell them CJ sent you over at 618-462-3205 to get your tickets today for Oliver. That runs for another couple of days. That's altonlittletheater.org, altonlittletheater.org, or hang out with Lee Cox and I on the first and last Thursday of each month.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone, and over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
Dream Home Realty Center.
Hey Sherry, talk to me, Dream Team. We've got Joey.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66. Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Even if they say you're wrong, well, it's all right. Sometimes you gotta
Welcome back, 9:30. 6:36. We are talking to Karen Lintz and we're talking to Debra Pitts as we are getting all the details on the Power of the Purse, the 8th annual that's coming down the pipeline, August the 22nd. That's a Thursday at the LeClaire Room in Edwardsville. That is a nice building. The first time I went was for Power of the Purse. I could go back to that space any day of the week. They really do a good job down there.
They sure do. It's the Lewis and Clark Community College NL Nelson campus, and it's the LeClaire Room. And it's so true, CJ. We don't need that many decorations because the venue is so gorgeous in itself. So
well, and before we go deep dive into the conversation again, I think it's always good to highlight you guys were able to put this event on because of some wonderful sponsors, and let's go through those right now and let's give them that highlight and that pedestal that they deserve.
We are so excited for this year's sponsors, and before I go through that list, I just really wanted to thank Debra Pitts and all of the committee members that are guiding this event this year. Amber Scott of First Mid-America Credit Union is our committee chair. And she has just led a group of wonderful leaders to so much success. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Amber today.
And not to cut you off,
sure.
but it shows how great of a committee that was too, because it's easy on these events to kind of go, we'll get to that in a couple of months, we still got time. August 22nd's a few weeks away, but I can only imagine this committee was rocking and rolling a year ago.
We've been moving and shaking.
Yes, from the change of the date to getting everything going back up and running for fall. It's been a full year for sure.
Well, and Debra, what's it been like in the committee? Can you take me through the work process?
A lot of thinking, a lot of planning. But Amber is such a veteran at this. I think I think I've missed only one. And, everything was laid out, so we were able to just follow along, even adding some of our new features. So that's good, I think.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
But it's cool to hear how the event always comes and develops, because we always see it when it's all said and done and the lights turn on, but we don't realize the months of the dark room conversations of how can we do this.
We just had a meeting the other day, Zoom meeting the other day.
That's
so
awesome.
It's moving.
Yes, it's moving. And then back to our sponsors, if that was okay.
Absolutely.
We are so excited to have First Mid-America Credit Union, Schnucks Markets Incorporated, Phillips 66, Busey Bank, First Mid Bank and Trust, Breaking Barriers International, Commerce Bank, Scott Credit Union, our very own Debra Pitts, who is our entertainment sponsor this year.
Really cool.
And Lewis and Clark Community College.
That's just awesome. Well, and I also saw that, when we're talking about just how much this has raised over the years, I mean, over $100,000. That's
Right.
a lot of money. And I don't want to put you guys on the spot, but on average, do you know what some of these, what it's like, for one of your endeavors to support one person, cost-wise? Is it, a couple $100? Is it a couple thousand? Do you know that off the top of your head?
What I know,
Does it depend?
Yeah, all I know out of the top of my head is every dollar counts.
Yeah.
So any amount of monies raised is given and supported. It helps in different ways. So $5 supports a free lunch for that day, where $1,000 can support care throughout a full week for child care. So, but we have again, referencing our website, we actually have an impact calculator on our United Way website where you can type in the dollar amount that you want to give, and it shows all the data of what those dollars raised give.
That is incredible.
So yeah.
Right here, I'm looking at it right now. If you give $100, that's 1 day of emergency shelter and care for youth who has run away, or 10 flu shots for infants in need, or 6 fans. Think about that right now. I mean, seriously, I had somebody had air conditioning go out yesterday. Right. Brutal what that can do. But what about the impact of just 50? Because not all of us have the $100 to throw. Mm-hmm. That's one parent education class that's aimed at, listen to this, preventing child abuse or neglect, which is a big, big issue right now. 2 nights of shelter for a person who's homeless, 5 inhalers for children in need. Those statistics alone are things that you wouldn't really think about being a big issue. It's just something you think everyone should be given because it's just so important, like inhalers and flu shots and all those important things. But when you list them, it shows really what that impact really brings to the community, and it honestly can impact your life too, and realize what you're doing to help folks, in my opinion.
And that's something that we would like to get out. When you usually talk about United Way, because I was involved with United Way when I was working in education, but they think, oh my goodness, here they come again wanting some money.
Yeah.
But the things you just read is the impact statement, what your money is going for. And I don't think, again, people realize that. And we're not we ask for large amounts of money if you can give it, but if everybody can give something, just think what it would be if everybody could give $5 to $20 when they have their campaign fundraisers at their organizations or in the school districts. If you could give $5 or $10,
right,
that would help. And that money is back in the community.
Well, let me talk about that 20, because that's a good point too, because I'm in that stage where I always have to look at what the organization does with it, because I don't have thousands of dollars to throw at causes, but I do have a little bit and I can support.
Right.
So here, $20, folks, 2 pairs of eyeglasses for elderly people in need, or 4 winter hats for people who are homeless, or 12 nutritious meals delivered to a homebound senior. Is that kind of like Meals on?
It sure
really
is.
cool.
Senior Services Plus.
Is that really what it's?
It
I
is.
love that organization.
Yeah.
And I wanted to hit on something, Deborah, if it's okay, about your time in education, because when I was own the delivery business, I got to see kind of the inner workings of the Riverbend area families. And, obviously some families are beautiful and happy and healthy, but what we don't talk about is the family that doesn't have a front door.
Correct.
And I don't think people realize that there are people and families like that in our community. It's not this made-up fairy tale. I've seen it with my own eyes. I'm sure both of you have.
Absolutely. And we don't ever think about that. We think about what's here and now and what my family's doing, and we don't ever take time to think about the family down the street,
Yeah.
the family on the street. We don't think about those families. And I think we should all change our mindset and be of service. And that's why I enjoy United Way, because I really feel that we're of service. We're doing things in the community. We know the agencies that we're supporting, and that's so important.
Well, and I wanted to ask you too, just a quick follow-up on that. Whenever you have an agency like United Way and their umbrella organizations that are a part of it, when they're able to help that child that's maybe not able to afford a stick of deodorant, or maybe have the hygiene supplies, or have any type of books at home or anything to keep them occupied or to keep them focused, have you seen what happens in a positive way when you have organizations that are under a United Way umbrella come in and support that child? I could only imagine mentally what that does in the long run.
In the long run, I think it really helps kids. And for me, it's all about the children.
Yep.
So anytime an agency can help a child, that just does something for me.
Yep.
Because I truly believe in helping seniors and the children. So when our agencies are reaching out and we can help, it's just a blessing to know that we're making a real difference in our community.
100%.
We're walking the walk and talking the talk.
100%. 100%. In the days of those people on Facebook, they get me so mad. They just have their phones out and go up to somebody acting like they're helping. Have you seen those yet?
Right.
It just gets on my nerves. But, you hit it right on the head. The real heroes and the real community givers are the folks that do it every day without wanting the statue or the monument or the sign on the building, you know? And getting back to Power of the Purse, which is August the 22nd. Sorry for my soapbox. If Monday, August the 19th, which is just 14 days away, is when the auction goes live online. And what type of purses are we going to be able to bid on here? Let's talk about these.
Goodness. Now you have that in
Yes. Lots of name brand purses. And so some of the ones that are on the list are Kate Spade, Coach, Nanette Lepore, Michael Kors, Dooney and Burke, I said Coach Brahman, Tori Birch, Patricia Nash, Vera Bradley, and the list goes on.
Much more.
Yeah, and so there's more, and there's lots of jewelry items that will also be auctioned. And then this year we're bringing back some lightly used purses that we can also. So there's going to be something for everyone. So.
Well, and honestly, you know, getting into that, which I thought was really cool last year, is that everyone could actually participate. It wasn't like, you know, because we've all been to the events when the big boys get the pocketbooks out, we kind of just sit down in our chair and just smile and wave. Everyone actually can compete to win these purses. Yes. It's not an absorbent amount of money. Now, sometimes they get it up there, but that's because we're betting on, or you know, we're betting on Kate Spade. What do you want? You know what I'm saying? But I thought it was cool that there was always a price point for literally anybody at the one I went to last year.
Absolutely, and I think that's why we decided to stay with our lightly used purses, because they're in some of those we have Coach, we might have a Kate Spade or what have you, and it's just lightly used. But everyone could walk away with something, even an accessory, you know.
Well, and a story that you can tell, too. Because to me, I immediately think of this being in August is, guess what's coming up in a couple of months? Christmas. And it's going to hit you right in the nose before you know it, because it does every year.
Correct.
If you have the chance, bet on a couple of these purses, bid on them, and that way, if you win, think about the story. You got a great Christmas gift that you're going to make the missus happy with, but you're also supporting a local family and saying, well, I also got this, honey, at the Power of the Purse event, and we did so much to help those families that day, and you're getting an extra smooch. That's what's going to happen, you know?
Absolutely.
And you just mentioned Power of the Purse is not just for women.
Yeah.
Not just for women. We were talking about having maybe a couple of items for men, but for the men out there listening, if your wife is unavailable, you may attend.
Exactly.
Get that Christmas present for your wife, or that honey-do present. So just everyone, it's open to everyone. So we're looking forward to seeing you.
Well, and now the bidding will start the 19th, correct?
You will be able to see the silent auction items online on that day. And yes, and the bidding can start online for those items.
So the 19th, we can start throwing some money down?
You can start bidding. It'll all end the 22nd, but you can see and start bidding on the silent auction items.
So my other question about this is, if we're bidding online, the event's the 22nd, correct?
Yes.
So once online bidding stops, how do we know who wins? Do we have to go to the event too?
The beauty of having everything online, it's all on your phone. So you actually, if you win an item, you get to see that you're the winner on your phone.
Really cool.
Yeah. So and the neat thing is we use the GiveSmart app, and we'll be able to communicate with you all if you're planning to come. That's our direct connection with you. So we can get you excited. We can keep you posted on where you stand on all your items, and then we can celebrate with you whenever you win your item.
Well, and getting back to the day of the event too, because I love the online portion. What type of entertainment are we going to be having here?
Yeah, so this year we have some live music. We have a brass quintet that is going to be coming and providing our introductory music, and then to get everybody in an all jazzed up mood. And then Daryl Luster is once again going to be our MC for the evening, he's also a DJ, so he'll be providing the music for the rest of the evening.
Was he the host last? He was wonderful.
Yeah,
that was a fun event last time.
Yeah, so he keeps it fun. And you mentioned about taking a chance. We do still offer the ability for some raffles on the night of the event, along with our live auction. So you're able to buy raffle tickets for our mystery purse, which is always an amazing purse worth over $300 that you can submit your raffles for, and then also a pick of the purse. So you have the chance to look at the live auction items and get the pick of the purse if you win that raffle. So lots of fun.
What I thought was really cool too is it just I know we've been talking for over 40 minutes, but it's just been what I thought was unique is, you know, you go to the outlet malls like Chesterfield, or you go to the Galleria and you see these, or now if you go to Vegas, have you seen that in Vegas?
Yes,
all these designer shops. You walk in and it's like Kate Spade and all these wonderful things. But then if you're a guy like me trying to shop for your loved one, good luck trying to find that purse because you're going to Google everything. You're going to hope. When you go to Power of the Purse, you can ask somebody sitting next to you, is this the one I go for? And then all of a sudden you're keeping your wife happy again or girlfriend. I'm really driving home the Skyport of it. We can really contribute to this. I think so. We can make it like a good competition.
Absolutely.
Is there anything else I'm forgetting?
No, I think you've covered it all.
You covered it all.
Yes,
We're
thank
looking
you.
forward to seeing everyone out.
Yeah.
Everyone out. There's something for you at Power of the Purse.
100%. Hey, while I have you and before we take a quick pause, let me fill you in on another friend of the show, Hainer Library. You know, at Hainer Library, they're the door to everything, the door to fun, the door to learning, the door to discovering your family's roots, the genealogy and local history department. You know, what I love is their new library of things. Have you heard about this?
No.
So if you want something like, you know, maybe your grandson, your son, daughter's calculator, that TI-84 calculator broke a week before finals. Well, you can go to the library and rent one for free and then bring it back. And there's no check the receipt at Walmart, wait 2 hours and fight the customer associate because all you wanted was that 1 day use. Whether it's the calculators or a stand mixer, like you got to, maybe you're baking for a large crowd. Rent it there. The ghost hunting equipment, podcasting equipment, outdoor yard games for you and your little ones to go have fun with. All those opportunities are for free with your Hainer Library card through the Library of Things. You don't pay a dime for it. You just return it when you're done and bam, taken care of, courtesy of our community staple. That's HainerLibrary.org, HainerLibrary.org. And join Mary and I on the first and last Monday of each and every month as we discover the beauty that is Hainer Library.